How to prioritize people over efficiency in construction projects. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the ideal way to plan and execute a construction project that I've used over and over and over and over again that never hurts people. It's absolutely crucial because if you're interested in taking care of people, respecting others, but making money and being efficient, then this is the way, and I'll explain some things that you must stay away from in this industry, especially if you hear them from industry influencers or lean influencers that are telling you to prioritize work over people. So if you're interested in that, stay with us. I'm super passionate about this topic. People. Until we get that this is all about people, we don't get it. Like, honestly, we must have a fundamental respect for human beings. That means that people have a fundamental right to humanity, meaning that we treat them properly. They have a fundamental right to understand what they're doing. They have a fundamental right to weigh in, and they have a fundamental right to have their ideas listened to and to be a part of the overall planning. Human beings must be prioritized over work. I am one of those, just to be clear, by the way, like and subscribe right now for me, please, because I don't know if we're aligned here yet. But I'm one of those that believes that our employees come before clients, because that's the way that you really take care of clients, is because how we treat our employees is how they'll take care of the client. I believe that people are more important than efficiency. I believe that the right way to run a project is to not overburden people and to make sure that we work towards lean efficiency from there. I do not believe in overburden. Now let me explain something here real quick that I learned recently from Kate Schroeder, who read the book Toyota by Toyota. Also, Hal Macomer, a mentor of mine that mentors me, said, Jason, of waste, unevenness, and overburden, Toyota prioritized the reduction of overburden first on their construction sites, in their factory, and in everything that they did, okay? Remove overburden first is a main lean concept. And so you'll sometimes find these graphs that talk about resource efficiency on one hand and work efficiency, or what some people call flow efficiency, on the other. And they say, go ahead and move from where you are to be efficient for the work, and then move up and take care of people. Not in construction. You must hold the line and take care of your people and then move towards efficiency. Let me tell you why. If you're over here in the resource efficiency category, the worst thing that's going to happen is that things take longer. If you get over here towards the work efficiency at the expense of people, which will happen, and there's a natural push in that direction, the worst thing that you can do is hurt people or kill somebody, okay? That's why one of the main reasons we have such a high suicide rate in construction, even higher than that of veterans in the United States. It's absolutely atrocious. And so here's what I mean by that. When you run a construction project, respect the trades. Make sure they're working in a flow. Make sure that we've done a pull plan. Make sure that we're not overburdening the resources. We're not trade stacking by putting too many people into one area. We're not trade burdening by asking one resource to be in too many areas. Make sure that you're holding steady for cleanliness, safety, and organization. Make sure you're holding the line, and that your project management team, your foreman, your workers, your trades, everybody's stable, happy, making money. From there, because your team has capacity, and because they have capability, and because they're not overburdened and overutilized, you can move into a lean efficiency direction. And on my projects, what I do is identify trade and zone bottlenecks and optimize them without hurting anyone. I also look at rezoning phases. If I have two zones for a phase and go to 4, it will automatically narrow, but hold the duration for the trade, which means we never overburden trades. The third thing that I will do is design to the work package. If there's a bottleneck trade or this long activity that's holding up the entire project schedule, I will design it better through prefab, different equipment, different installation methods to narrow it and not push people. I will focus on look-ahead planning, weekly work planning, and utilizing the last planner system from a pull plan to better prepare and plan work, and I will align work in progress to the capacity of the resources to narrow the construction project. And we do it better with those methods than you could ever do it in any other system. In other systems, they say, create a CPM schedule, come up with the longest path, and whatever activities are in there, crash them, which means that they want to pay for overtime, make you work overtime, add additional resources, rush and push and panic you, expedite materials and stock the place of work with materials, and make workers go fast. And that will never end up in a good spot. So I absolutely loathe when CPMers push people, when people in advanced work packaging push people, when EVM, earned value management methodologies, push people. And now we have lean folks in manufacturing trying to come over into construction that will say the most important thing is the work. The most important thing is to put a film camera on the zone itself. The most important thing is to make sure that work is getting done fast. When you do that and you destabilize the trades and you don't protect them, then you'll start to incline your schedules, do work in multiple areas, which will result in overburden. You'll have too many people in one area, and as you prioritize value receiving time, it tends to be at the expense of workers in overtime, in unsafe situations, in stacked work, in trade burden scenarios, and in all of the other things that we do to rush and push and panic workers to make them go fast. It's not done. If you want to put a film camera on a project site, you can put the film camera on the zone and try and narrow the footage or the duration of the film, but you also put a film camera on the trades or the resources, and the other parameter is you consider their footage as well and never let them work too many hours, too much overtime in unsafe conditions with too many people in the zone, and you never do work at the expense of people. The key is, the first thing that you do on a job is you respect people. The second thing is you create stable environments. The third thing you do on a project site is make sure that you're working in one process flow. The fourth thing you do is you flow together on attack time. The fifth thing you do is create visual systems. And the sixth thing that you do is you make sure that you start improving towards your customer need, whatever the demand is, by systematically and because of your visual systems, identifying your roadblocks and constraints, the bottlenecks on your job, and removing them one by one to move towards efficiency. So I would rather take care of people and then move towards efficiency instead of looking at efficiency first. Because if I look at efficiency first, I might not have a team left to even build the project because we are overburdening the resources. So I am saying clearly, it is dangerous to say, let's just put the film camera on the zone or the work itself, because that's when you overburden and you stack resources and hurt and kill people. I would rather look at people and protect them first and then move towards efficiency. That is lean. Even Toyota said, reduce the overburden first. And so I want you to know that the misconception out there in the industry is, oh, go get the project, rush and push, overcommit them, make sure that we're getting started before we need to, right? Pushing makes haste. No, 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 no. What makes for a good project is a great plan, using the right systems with the right training and having operational control. And so you go out there and you rush and push, you blow past it, you get as many resources as you want, you prioritize work going on everywhere. You say everybody needs to be working on everything at all times. There should be no zones left untouched, no breaks, no buffers, and you're prioritizing value receiving time, you're going to hurt somebody. But if you look at a Jason Schroeder project, and I would imagine if you're watching this video, and I'm assuming on one of your projects, the right way to do it, whether if you or I were doing it, would be clean, safe, organized, in a flow, train of trades, optimizing, using production theory, tact planning, always safe, not working people too many hours, not bringing out too many materials, not rushing and pushing and panicking workers, not doing those things. And guess what? Here's the secret. You will already have the shortest duration by doing that. But even then, through the methods that I've talked to you about, you can continue to narrow the overall duration through lean efficiency with people that have the capacity. If they're overburdened, they won't have the capacity to do anything, let alone build it right. So we must start with people in mind. And there's another video on this channel that talks about how to expedite, how to speed up your project. Check out that video as well. I really hope you've liked this enough and you'll share and join me in this mission to always protect people first and then move into lean efficiency. I'm going to link you to a Canva graphic below, a blog post, and link you to these other videos, but please join me. We must protect people because how we take care of people is how we build the project. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.